WatchThePot.com. Punching the clock until the spotlight's on, which is now. Here's our wrestling review for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I have, again, Chris Corey, the future. Thank you for joining me once again. Very much appreciated. Introduce yourself.
Why should I introduce myself? People know me by now. So
yeah, they know. They pretty much could see that you're the future.
Yeah.
So let's just jump into it.
All right.
The night started with a pre-show with a WLC match.
Oh God.
This was hilarious. First of all, let's just round up the names of the announcers first of all.
God.
They had a little tiny announcers table.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Jerry the King Smaller.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael Cole.
Micro. Get it right. Micro. Cole. And JB Elf. Just that was hilarious. That could have ended there. But then they have a referee, a small referee.
A referee. They called him a referee.
Oh, a referee. And the announcer is also a little person.
Oh God. What
was they went all out.
What was that line that they said about the WWE Network is $9.99, but we get what, half off?
Yeah, he said it's Micro Cole. Tell him how much the price is, and then he's like, "Oh, it's usually $9.99, but we get half off." So
we get half
$4.98 for us.
$4.98. Yeah,
and then JBL was like, "Hey, let me get your password."
Oh yeah. Oh God.
But anyway, that was just the beginning.
Oh God.
The match itself was great because, hey, in my opinion, they need their own league. Like I remember Hogan started his own little man league, and it didn't work out. But Vince could really handle this.
But the problem is you don't have many little guys in wrestling no more.
But you know what? Let's just talk about this. The match itself was so funny too. They had little ladders, little chairs. First, he pulled out the regular ladder. He's like, no. The first he put out the regular sized chair. He's like, this is not what I'm looking for. Then he took out the little chair, and he was like, he was so happy that he found the little chair. And then like they went so crazy, like climbing on the Hornswoggle. He jumped from the top of the ladder. Like it was just. It was pretty much better than most of the matches as far as like for me it was the most entertaining match as far as just being entertained the whole time.
No, it had
because
it
was so funny and it was just like wow, these guys are actually wrestling as well.
No, it had
and the fights outside. Oh, God. 3MB was fighting the
Los
Matadores outside and they were beating each other up and Torito kind of like knocked them down, and then one of the guys landed on his back on the ladder. It was like a whole outside fight, inside fight type of thing. It was very good.
Yeah, and that was one of the better things I've seen all night.
And they took out a little table that put the cherry on top.
That's iced.
The tiny little table was so adorable.
Oh, that iced it right there.
Oh my God, that was great.
That iced it. That iced it. That was classic.
And El Toro won.
El Torito.
He won, so it was epic, man.
It really was.
You could tell that that's gonna be a rivalry that's just gonna keep going.
Oh, and they're gonna keep going. I think they're gonna do it until Payback, or maybe
Payback. I would love them to actually be on the actual pay-per-view because they showed that they can actually give you a good show. So now that Vince kind of gave them a chance on the pre-show. Time to give them a chance on the regular show.
Exactly, time to give them a chance on the regular show. And
I think so. They deserve it.
And I'll be honest with you, I think they can prove themselves.
They can prove themselves, and that kind of... And hey, all the little guys that were Hogan, all they need to do is call Vince McMahon and say, hey, we should just make our own NXT, but for little guys.
What were you telling me? You were telling me something. Do you think they should get like a belt and all that?
I was just saying I would love them to have a belt, a little man belt. I would love that.
I would see that.
Even if it's like five little guys, I wouldn't in one belt. That'd still be awesome to me.
I can see that.
You know, it don't have to be like a huge roster. It could be 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then there'll be, rivalries within.
Yeah. That could work.
But that's awesome. That could even be just, even if you give them 5 minutes a week, I'd take it.
You give them 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes.
Put them on main event. Put them on SmackDown. It don't have to be Raw.
Or what you could do is give them their own show on, like, the WWE Network.
Yeah, like NXT's an hour. You could give them an hour. Why
call
not?
Call it WNXT.
And you get ladies as well.
Yeah.
You get little ladies.
Call it We NXT, whatever you call it. Like,
the Weavers.
Weavers, thank you. That's
instead of the Divas, the Weavers.
The Weavers, and you got the Weeper Stars.
The Weaver Stars, yeah.
Instead of the Superstars, you got the Weeper Stars.
And they can go all out. They can do promos, but we're just really dwelling on this little man thing. It was just so cool. We can't help ourselves. It was so cool. Let me just jump into the next match. What was pretty much the next match that's worth talking about? I'd say
is the Cena match.
First, it was wasn't it Evolution versus the Shield?
That was after Cena's match.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
That was after Cena's match, and that I'll tell you right now, I'm happy to death that Bray Wyatt beat Cena. I'm happy as hell he finally beat Cena, because his message is spreading. It's becoming a poison.
And is that kid not the creepiest thing?
Oh, ever? That kid is a fucking genius, man. Oh, did you see Cena's face? Cena's face was classic. He was like, oh, like, what the hell's going on?
It obviously ends with a sister Abigail.
Oh, thank God. But his message is becoming like a poison. Because it's spreading. And people are buying into it. That's what I think WWE is doing right. You're not giving it to Cena finally. You're giving it to somebody better. And you're having that person, Bray Wyatt, spread a message. Now, whether it's a message of insanity or a message of integrity, that's yet to be known.
I've never lied, Cena.
That's yet to be known. But I think if you keep it up, people are going to start abandoning the Cenation. And you're going to have the Bray Nation.
Question is this going to be a third pay-per-view in a row with John Cena versus Bray Wyatt?
Yes.
I'm getting bored a little now.
No. You're gonna have to
I want to see Bray move on.
You're going to add a stipulation to it, though. You're going to add stipulations to it now. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a stipulation added to this match in Payback in a few weeks. You're going to see it. If Cena loses, I'll bet you this. The stipulation is going to be, if Cena loses, he has to join the Wyatts.
I would hate that.
Like he did with, remember what he did with Nexus?
I would hate that so much.
How much you want to bet that's going to happen? How much you want to bet?
That's not something I want to bet. That's just something I would pray for not to happen.
It's going to happen. Because they're going to get...
What do you think about the match itself? I wasn't a huge fan of the actual match.
No, the match was good.
The moments I liked was the AA from the top rope.
Yes, that was good.
That was awesome. And I like he also gave Luke Harper. He gave the top rope fame master to Luke.
Yeah,
Harper
and what
also.
I thought was really interesting was how they prevented Cena from trying to escape the cage.
Yeah, Rowan was kind of like climbing the cage to make sure he stays up there.
That I thought was really good on the part of the Wyatt family right there. Prevent this guy. Hey, listen, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to win. It's the time of Bray. It's time for his message to go on. Your time is up. Like his theme song says, your time is up, my time is now. Cena's time is up, it's Bray's time now.
So, that match was pretty cool. But I just want to move on to something else. Real quick, we'll touch on Page 1 against Tamina. Retaining her. Let's move on that. Let's talk about Evolution versus The Shield.
Oh, God.
Hands down, the best match on the pay-per-view.
I was disappointed in the end result. Like I was at WrestleMania when Daniel Bryan beat Hunter. I can never get anything right. But
the spots on that match were priceless. You saw all the spots you wanted to see.
Yes. You
even saw a little fire in Batista, which was surprising. When he ran and gave that kick to Seth Rollins in the face,
yeah.
Like he put him on the, like he took him a little outside of the ring, and then he threw his foot to his face.
It was good. It had its moments, but you kind of expected that from Evolution and the Shield. You kind of expected it because you got 31 championship titles between Orton, Hunter, and Batista, and you have a tag team title reign in the Shield, and you had now what is now known as the former United States champion. So you had 33 championships in that ring together. That right there was impressive.
That match was great.
And you're going to see it again. It's going to happen again at Payback. But this time with a little added fire.
Well, let's talk about the actual match. The other spot I want to talk about is when Triple H and Randy Orton were jumping Dean Ambrose in the back, throwing him downstairs, and then out of nowhere,
Seth Rollins jumps from the rafters of the Izod Center,
where the fans are up there. He jumps and lands on all three of them.
He went all out. You know, I'm impressed with the way Rollins has become in WWE. This guy, if they ever decide to break the Shield up, make Rollins go for the big gold, for the WWE title. Make him go for it, because I think he would be the best champion the business had. This guy is acrobatic. From landing on his feet, like we saw Monday night. We're going to get into it later on, but I was going to bring it up. What we saw Monday night when he faced the Wyatts.
He jumped in the gun, Chris.
But he
you
did
jump in the gun
but I'm going into what I'm saying is, I'm giving a comparison. What he did Monday night, he did it again Sunday. He did it Sunday too. You look at the comparisons of what he's done in the past and now. This guy could be a good singles competitor. Give him a shot.
That's just in due time. You can't separate them.
Not now, but I'm saying in the future. Maybe a year from now or 2 years from now. Give Rollins a shot.
You're really upset over here. You're really amped up.
Give him a shot.
Well, that was awesome. And Triple H and Evolution, they did their fair share of kicking their ass also. Don't get that messed up. They got their hits.
Yeah, they're gonna get they got their hits.
But that match was the best match of the night. That's hands down.
Yes.
So we're gonna move on. That was Extreme Rules and Extreme. You know why we're gonna move on? Because the main event was garbage.
Yeah, it was garbage.
It was kind of like they tried way too hard. They went to the back.
You know what it was? It was a last second ditch effort because they needed something to fill the time slot.
And can I just say, I saw a picture online today that had the same thing that happened at Extreme Rules. It had, I believe it was Brock Lesnar doing the same exact thing to the Big Show. Like the same, and they showed it frame for frame, picture for picture, that it's kind of like a copycat thing from like 10 years ago type of thing.
What thing?
They have the picture online. It's Brock Lesnar on a truck, like the same exact thing that Daniel Bryan did. And lifting the Big Show. I just saw it on Facebook. Like someone put it up and I liked it. It's just like, wow. Like how original. Not only this Kane thing is garbage anyway, but to add just like some redone thing that's
Is it on your Facebook page? Because I'm going to look for it.
Well, I'll find it and put it up for the fans.
Yeah, put it up for the fans.
Chris is losing his mind looking for it, but
I'm not losing my mind. I lost my mind years ago.
But I will post it up.
Yeah,
in the video when I edit it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
So yeah, that's just, and even if that happened and the match was amazing, I'll be like, all right. But I was so bored.
Yeah,
I was watching it with my friend, and I was like, the main event is probably the most.
Yeah, I was watching it with Vanessa, and her and I, we never paid attention. to it.
We weren't into it. Nobody was into it.
The only match that her and I were really into was, like I said, the Shield Evolution and Cena Bray Wyatt.
I was into the WLC match too.
Yeah,
those three things made the whole pay-per-view worth it.
I saw that match after.
Oh, I saw it first. I saw it as and the way it's intended to watch. But that was Extreme Rules, and it had its awesome parts. But we're not gonna pick apart and be negative. And the things that were negative, we're not even gonna really bring up too much.
Right.
Move on. We love it raw. This is WatchThePot.com, Watch the Pot YouTube. And we're going to let Chris Corey, the future, kick off Raw.
Because there's something I want to get off my chest.
Yeah, because he really made it. He was real adamant about saying, I want to kick off.
The reason why I want to kick off this show is I want to go into something that I feel has to be out there. And I brought this up to you earlier before we went on air. With Lana. Okay.
I love Lana.
Now, yeah, you may love Lana, but you're gonna hate me for what I'm saying. The fans out there are gonna kick my ass, and I can care less. Let me tell you something here. The United States has problems. You know, we're going through problems. You know, every country goes through a problem. Okay? You know, we have enemies. Of course, we're the United States. We're a conglomerate. We're a powerhouse country. But last night on Raw, Lana comes out and says that she's proud to be a Russian. Meanwhile, you're from Tampa, Florida. And you had the balls to say that you admire Putin. That lousy son of a bitch. That motherfucking Russian? Really? And you had the balls to put him on the Titantron. WWE has got to learn one thing. They're not out there for the world. They're a sports entertainment company for the fans, for viewership, and for ratings. You let the United States deal with the world issues, not WWE. I was angry at what they did last night. Really, really angry. And you bring the NSA into it too? I'm sorry? You can hate me, you can say what you want on our page about this, but I had to let this out. WWE had no right to do that. I'm sorry. It irked me that they get involved in world stuff when their main job is entertainment for the fans, for us, for the families, and to get ratings and viewership.
Since you brought it up, ever since AJ Lee left and has been gone from my life in WWE, I've been in love with Lana. I don't really know what she's saying. She has the curves of a Coca-Cola bottle. She is a beautiful woman. Oh, God. She knows how to get heat from the crowd, whether it's loved by some people or not. She is beautiful. I want to see her more. I love you, Lana. She got a dunk. She got a dunk. She got. Anyway, so let's kick off Raw with the beginning of Raw.
Oh, the U.S.
The Authority wanted a 20-man battle royal for the United States Championship, which Dean Ambrose from the Shield,
I thought he was,
has to defend.
I'm going to tell you the honest truth here. I thought he was going to retain. He looked like he was on tap to retain the U.S. title.
I thought he was going to retain it. I didn't think he was going to lose. But Sheamus hit him with the bro kick.
And threw him right over.
And then just flung him over. Easily. Because Dean Ambrose didn't have to do a 20-man
No.
fight for his
Yes,
belt.
he had to do a fatal 4-way. He barely escaped that one on Friday night. But you're going against 20 guys in WWE.
And also recovering from the epic match.
Recovering from last night.
Like Triple H said, after he lost, Triple H came out smiling the game.
Of course,
the cerebral assassin.
Like he always does.
With a smile saying, your luck has run out.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to be bad luck because you're going to face the Wyatts later on tonight. And the crowd went crazy because that's the two best factions in a while to be clashing at the same time.
Yes. Well, they've clashed before. They've clashed at...
I mean, in this age of wrestling, like, there hasn't been something that big together at the same time. Like,
no, there
not
hasn't.
in so long.
No, there really hasn't been.
And it's so authentic. They're all so different.
And it's good to see that you get powerhouses like the Wyatts and the Shield going at it. You know, it's not like a washed-up tag team going against the Shield. This is two teams coming up that came up through the ranks.
They seem like no matter what storylines happen, they seem to cross each other.
Yes.
Because their matches are so great that it just keeps happening.
Yeah.
That it just keeps crossing each other.
I really think it was good. It's best for business, and it's good for the ratings, too, because they're getting ratings because of this. Because people are interested in seeing the Shield versus the Wyatts.
You know what I imagine this to be? The Wyatts versus the Shield. I kind of look at it a comparison kind of like the Nation and DX.
Yes.
Like, there's two groups that are clashing that are doing great matches. And you're going to see who's going to be the bigger star out of both groups. You like the whole group, but you're still, who's going to really be the outshining one here?
You got a point.
You never know because Roman Reigns is the man right now.
Oh, God.
But how do you know that Seth Rollins won't just take the shine later?
Or Dean Ambrose.
Or Dean Ambrose, I would say, is the best talker of the Shield. The best promo cutter.
He's like The Rock.
He's pretty much, like, that's why the Shield is awesome. They got their powerhouse, Roman Reigns. They got their talker, and kind of like Ric Flair style in the ring as far as, like, taking advantage of you in the ring.
Yes.
That's how Dean Ambrose is. Kind of like a Triple H or Ric Flair style, that he's kind of like always devious, tripping you and low blowing you and, you know, doing the dirty moves.
Yes, you're right.
And then you got the high flyer, Seth Rollins. So that group is just unbelievable. Just everything that they can do all together in one combo. So, what else really happened on Raw that's worth talking about?
Then you had Bray Wyatt come out and, saying, how he beat Cena at Extreme Rules Sunday. And he's telling Cena, you're not going to think of me as a monster. You're going to think of me as a god.
As a god.
And we're going to find out what Cena says tonight on Main Event because Cena's going to have an answer to him tonight. I think what's going to happen is you're going to have a match. Again. At Payback. But remember what I told you before we went on air. You're going to see a stipulation. If Cena loses, if the match does come to fruition at Payback in a few weeks from Chicago, which is Punk's hometown, by the way, you're going to see Cena must join the Wyatts. I think WWE is going to give Cena an opportunity to play heel. See how it runs for a little while, and then do maybe him going good. Or maybe he want to stay a heel. Maybe he's feeling like, listen, I'm being disbanded by my fans, my Cenation. What better way to say, fuck you, I want to join the family. Their message is spreading. I can help that message spread. And leave my Cenation in the dust.
This is going to be the topic of the week since you made it a thing. Do you guys feel, everybody that leaves a comment every week, do you feel that John Cena is going to join the Wyatts like Chris feels. That he's going to turn heel and just give us a different side of John Cena.
You saw a side of it.
What do you guys think on our Watch the Pot YouTube?
Let me tell you this. You saw a side of it last week before Extreme Rules. I think it was last Monday night. Before Extreme Rules, when Cena was in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, why? So maybe that's the side of Cena we're going to start seeing now.
What do you guys think?
This is going to be interesting. I think he's going to join the Wyatts. I really think he's going to join. He's going to say, fuck you. I had enough of the Cenation. It was fun while it lasted. Let me help spread this message.
That was pretty. I can't think of much other than
then you had
the Wyatt match.
Yeah, good. But then Evolution showed up
to clean up
with the Wyatt.
Distracted them.
Yeah.
And then Sister Abigail, he knows how to take advantage with that move.
And I was happy when I saw Evolution dismantle the Shield.
And they gave him the triple powerbomb.
Yeah,
they gave Roman Reigns.
Batista imitated Roman Reigns. He goes, oh, pick him up.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
That was nice. That was a heel's dream to see.
Oh, God, a heel's dream came true for me, man, because I'm a heel guy. I love rooting for the heels.
Another beautiful moment. Randy, from the third rope, gets Seth Rollins and DDTs him to the mat.
Yes.
That was horrendous. Seth Rollins really sells because he looked like he's been knocked out.
He knows how to do it. He's like a younger version of Shawn Michaels because HBK knows how to sell a lot of things.
That's a good comparison.
You look at Seth Rollins, he's a younger version of HBK. He knows how to sell the moves. He's like, put it this way, Seth Rollins is like HBK and Ziggler. Both know how to sell moves.
And Dean is more on the Triple H side.
Yes, psychotic, cerebral, demeaning.
Yeah, and Roman Reigns is more like the Big Daddy Cool / Batista type of powerhouse.
Yes. So you're looking at Evolution from now with Hunter, Batista, and Orton till a future type of Evolution in the Shield in Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns.
So they pretty much cleaned up, what I did forget to say about the Bray Wyatt thing was that they had a dark match for people that were there.
They did?
It was Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, and John Cena won. But get this,
Cena showed up last night?
Disqualification because the Wyatt family jumped in.
Really?
Yeah, it's only for the fans that were actually there.
Really?
Get the dark match. So people that were there, I'm sure that was an awesome match.
Cena showed up last night?
Cena showed up last night for the dark match.
Let's see that. I'm looking at my sources right now.
I'm way too into this crap. It's just absorbed my life. Well, anyways, we're just gonna keep it short.
I want to go into one stupid thing that WWE. I'm gonna say this one thing about WWE as well. Besides what happened with Lana, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show.
Oh shit, I don't.
Shut up. But anyway, I feel WWE has to do something a little bit better. Their gimmicks. You had a success with Bray Wyatt, okay?
I know where you're going with this.
You had success with Bray Wyatt. You're having a success with this guy Rusev. Don't get me wrong. You're having a success with that.
Rusev.
But do you really think you're going to have success with this asshole Adam Rose?
Hey! Hey! Michael Cole was loving it. Tell me not.
He was, when he showed up. I was hating it.
Hey! I think he's kind of like...
Don't be a melon. Be a rosebud. I'm like, get a life. I'm like, oh my God. Really? Come on, WWE. You could do better than that.
But the thing is, that's just... You have to have characters that people want to see beat up.
I want to see his...
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to see him eventually get slammed. So there's kind of the other side of the coin with other people like him coming out in a party. So whether I enjoy him or not, he's necessary there. He's someone that you could just come in and just be like, when you finally see him getting slammed, you're going to love it, Chris. Come on. You already hate him, so, being hated is better than getting nothing from the crowd. Because at least this guy's getting a response. And I can't wait to believe. I just can't wait because I believe. And do you believe in yourself?
Oh, shit. I didn't read this. I was reading last night, or earlier just now, you know those rosebuds that came out with Adam Rose? They were right here. They were local wrestlers here in New York City.
Hey!
Yeah, it says it right here. WWE has been using NXT newcomers as Adam Rose's rosebuds. But the party people with Rose on last night's Raw were local indie wrestlers from New York and indie promoter Shane Alden. The muscular guy in a green tank top was wrestler Jeff Starr, who is known for once being together with my former crush of my love of my life, Sonny. So that was something how can I put it, to take into note. So we'll see what happens as this idiot keeps making appearances on Raw. Pretty guy doesn't make appearances on SmackDown. Idiot.
And one more thing before I end it all. Sheamus is announced to defend his United States Championship at SmackDown.
Yeah, I was trying to find out.
So tune in for that.
I was trying to find out who he has to defend, but I'll find out tomorrow when I read the...
I'm pretty sure main event they'll tell you tonight, or...
No, they'll probably gonna... Yeah, but they want to leave you for suspense on Friday, but I can read the spoilers.
Yeah, by the time the spoilers come out.
I always read the spoilers. Yeah. I haven't read the spoilers in a while, because I like to see what's going on, because I give updates, but I want to see who it is. I think I know who it's going to be. It's going to be Ambrose.
Well, that's the end of We Love It Raw and our Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And here's one more thing, man. Venus campaign to bring her back. She is very busy in school, and we understand that. But as soon as you have the time, we want you back. The old crew has to be united.
Did you tell me she was coming back in 2 weeks?
I would hope so, and I would keep bothering her like I am.
I don't keep bothering her. I got it under control.
So we need to unite like the Shield, put the fist in, and bring the old crew back. That's like if Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are here. You know, you need Seth Rollins.
Oh, if Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are here, I get Superman punched.
You know, we need our third fist. So Venus, we need you back.
Don't put me into the epic of the show. Put me into the epic of evolution.
Anyways, thanks for listening. And just something personal. I'm listening to Stone Cold's podcast every Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, awesome. Listen to it. Talk is Jericho also on podcast1.com. I have nothing to do with it. I just think it's awesome. If you're a wrestling fan and you're listening to this, you should definitely listen to Stone Cold and Chris Jericho. They're awesome. They have great guests. Chris Jericho just had Cesaro. If you want to learn about Cesaro and his origins, where he came from, it's really awesome stuff. So thank you. Watch the Pot YouTube, man. WatchThePot.com. It's Chris Corey, the future. It's A.S. Caldero. What else can you need other than Venus? Like, other than Venus, I think we got things wrapped up over here. So, thanks for the love. And WatchThePot.com. Chris, what do you usually say?
Keep it real, keep it raw.
Keep it real, keep it motherfucking raw. And thanks a lot. Leave a comment. Don't be shy.
Express your hatred to everybody that I know.